Welcome to Viral, the flagship show of Connect TV, where we bring you the biggest stories everyone's talking about. Tonight, the NBA offseason has been turned upside down. Ja Morant time with the Memphis Grizzlies has reportedly come to an end after a blockbuster trade sending the all-star guard to the Portland Blazers. What does this mean for Portland, and why would Memphis move on from its franchise player, and how NBA fans are reacting? Let's break it all down. Like I said, I'm your host, Kendrick Dix. Join in that conversation using the hashtag Viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get to it. Let's hear from our very own Bob Evans. Bob, can you take it away on what's going on with Ja Morant moving from Memphis to Portland?
This is Bob Evans with your Viral Sports Update. The NBA offseason just delivered one of its biggest shocks. Ja Morant is reportedly headed to the Portland Trail Blazers in a blockbuster trade, bringing an end to his memorable run with the Memphis Grizzlies. For Portland, the move signals a bold commitment to building around one of the league's most explosive guards. If Morant returns to top form, the Trail Blazers could quickly become a team to watch in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, Memphis begins a new chapter by adding veteran forward Jerami Grant and young forward Chris Murray as the franchise reshapes its roster for the future. Now the big question is simple. Can Ja Morant lead Portland back into championship contention, or did the Grizzlies make the right decision by moving on? Stay with Viral on Connect TV for the latest breaking news, analysis, and the stories everyone's talking about. I'm Bob Evans.
Thank you, Bob, for that informative insight. Like we said, the NBA offseason has been turned upside down. Ja Morant leaving Memphis to go to Portland. Now, a lot of people are saying Ja Morant was doing extra activities, but now he really got to take this seriously if he wants to stick around, because this can make or break him if he go to Portland. But we'll see how this is going to go. Let's hear what you people had to say. Like we said, with you fans across social media, waste no time sharing your reactions. Let's hear what you people had to say about Ja Morant moving from Memphis to Portland.
Ja Morant just got traded from the Memphis Grizzlies to the Portland Trail Blazers. And again, this is all scripted stuff. And I'm going to show you why this is scripted, because the NBA is just like the WWE. All of these leagues are scripted. And the fact that they are trading away a all-star player like this should show and tell you all that you need to know. Now, I know that he's had issues in the past, right? But still, he's an all-star type player. And the Grizzlies are getting back Jerami Grant and Chris Murray for Ja Morant. But again, this stuff is scripted, and I'm going to show you exactly why this is scripted. Because in gematria, Ja Morant adds up to 29, and he was traded on June 29th. I'm sure that there's more numbers to this, but what do you all think about this? The fact that he was traded on the 29th day of June, when his name, Ja Morant, literally adds up to 29, is more than enough evidence that this was yet another scripted trade, because the NBA is scripted just like the WWE, and again, they love their storylines. What do you think?
The Ja Morant trade is gross. Chris Murray and Jerami Grant going to Memphis in exchange for Ja Morant, a guy that a couple of years ago was like the rising American basketball star, just basically got salaried. For Portland, I'm going to give them an A, though. I think this is a nice buy low on someone in Ja Morant that could be something for a Portland team that needs ceiling-raising kind of players. Dame alongside Ja is an interesting fit, but one that I think will work. Denny's on one of the best value contracts in the entire league, Donovan Clingan. It's a really, really nice buy low move for Portland. And although it doesn't completely disqualify them from trading for Jaylen Brown contractually, there's still ways in which they can make the trade work, even without Jerami Grant. It does make it much less likely just from a basketball fit perspective. Dame, Ja, Jaylen Brown, Denny, that kind of works, but I don't think so. Meanwhile, for Memphis, how do you even grade this? I mean, I guess it's a B because they were able to get out of the Ja Morant contract, but this is basically no value. No disrespect to Chris Murray. You get out of the contract of Ja Morant, you get that flexibility by adding Jerami Grant. Maybe he goes elsewhere for a little bit of extra value, but this was all about moving on from the previous era of Grizzlies basketball. You traded Jaren Jackson, you traded Desmond Bane. Ja Morant just stood out. He didn't belong. He clearly wasn't a piece that was long for Memphis, and so they just went ahead and moved on and got whatever they could, which wasn't much.
This man, Brian Windhorst, said that Ja Morant is flagrantly available. I heard that and I was like, God damn. Bro, he made it sound like Ja Morant was being shopped by the Memphis Grizzlies in an ad on Craigslist or on Facebook Marketplace. Like they were trying to get rid of him and they have no takers. And then I dug deeper into it. And not only are teams not wanting to trade for Ja Morant, but if they do, they want extra compensation from the Grizzlies, like picks, first round draft picks, to take Ja Morant off their hands. A player of Ja Morant's caliber, you're usually getting picks in return if you're the Grizzlies. You're not giving up picks, but that's how risky apparently he is to other GMs. You're talking about somebody that's played 79 games in the past 3 years, and nobody wants to touch him. Like, that's just crazy to me. This is Ja Morant. This is like one of the most special talents in the NBA, and nobody wants nothing to do with them. So I don't know. I ask y'all, is it worth trading for Ja Morant? What do you think? Hit the like, hit the follow. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Peace.
Would you trade for Ja Morant if he costed absolutely nothing? Well, the Portland Trail Blazers answered yes to that question earlier today. We're in such an interesting era for these contracts. The new CBA really makes it difficult to build a team under the salary cap, and guys like Ja Morant, who are very expensive and not very good and not very available, are just worth nothing. And we have basically the best player the Grizzlies have had since the grit and grind era just tossed to the side. I do like this for Portland. I mean, it's literally free. Now, I don't think Ja Morant's very good. He was pretty good 4 years ago, but he's 26 now. He's going to be 27 soon, and his effectiveness is directly sourced in his athleticism, which has been declining over the years, and he's had these injuries, but it literally is free. You're getting rid of Jeremy Grant and his terrible contract and just a throw-in player. I feel like I would just be sick if I was a Memphis fan. It makes sense. His value was low. He hadn't been playing well. He wasn't available. But man, 2022 Ja Morant averaging 27 and 9. He was like the most exciting player in basketball and an absolute top-tier long-term asset. One of the best young players in the league. And now that 2022 team that won 56 games is just gone. There's nothing left. Not a single important player remains from that group. Portland does have this really weird logjam of guards. A Ja Morant, Dame Lillard backcourt is probably the worst defensive backcourt that's ever been put together, ever. And I don't even know where Scoot Henderson or Drew Holiday fit into that. I think Klingon and Kamara are going to really help solidify the defense, and so they're not going to be bad defensively, but it's a really strange roster at this point.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally happening. The Memphis Grizzlies just traded Ja Morant to the Portland Trail Blazers for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. This is literally what Ja Morant just got traded for. Absolutely nothing. And now all eyes point to Jaylen Brown becoming the next star added to this Portland team. Dame, Ja, Jaylen Brown, Danny, Klingon. That's a pretty good starting five. They have the pieces to go and get Jaylen Brown. Also, Drew Holiday is still on the Blazers. Both of these guards and some first-round picks for Jaylen Brown. It's doable. Maybe you also throw Shaedon Sharpe in there as well. I don't know, but this is looking really possible that Jaylen Brown is about to be a Blazer. Reports are saying that they want Dame and Ja to stay in the backcourt to start for this season. And I think if they can add the missing piece in Jaylen Brown, this team becomes a top 5 contender in the Western Conference. Yes, I said it. Jaylen Brown is that good. Ja Morant can be that good. Damian Lillard, we already know what he does. But wow, the Blazers are making their moves.
Like we said, some Trailblazer fans call this the biggest move the franchise have ever made in years, believing Ja Morant can give Portland a legitimate superstar to build around. Others are more cautious, pointing to Morant's injury history and whether he can stay healthy for an entire season. Grizzlies fans are divided. Some believe it was the final time to move in a new direction after several disappointing seasons, while others are heartbroken to see one of the most exciting players in franchise history leave Memphis. NBA analysts also believe this trade could reshape the balance of power in the Western Conference if Morant returns to all-star form. One thing everyone seems to agree on, this move will be one of the final off seasons. Now we want to hear from you. Did the Trailblazers win the Blockbuster trade? Did the Grizzlies make the right decision by moving on from Ja Morant? And where do you think Portland finishes this season? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode of Viral, be sure to like that video, subscribe to Connect TV, and turn on notifications so you won't miss breaking news from the world of sports, entertainment, and trending stories. Thanks for watching Viral. I'm your host, Kendrick Dix. We'll see you next time for another edition of Viral.